Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Jackdaw and this is the top 10 tips for advanced players for 2 Point Hospital. So tip number one, moving straight in, is with regards to your machinery. So if you have dedicated a lot of time and money into upgrading it, don't just delete it. If you want to move it somewhere else, move it. It may sound very simple, but my goodness, the amount of times I've gone on, accidentally deleted it, then spent what, 10, 20, 30,000 on upgrades? Prove a point straight away. That is going to cost you a lot more. So save yourself a bit of time and a lot of money. Tip number two is with regards to your staff stamina. Now, when they are just waiting around and being idle in rooms, give them something to do. Otherwise, they will lose stamina. So the easiest thing you can do is put down things such as coffee machines, hot chocolate makers, drink fountains, something that they can interact with, even a chair, something they can do will keep them busy. They won't then lose stamina, and also it keeps them in the room. And if you want your doctors to stay in the room for longer, they'll be able to treat those patients longer before having to wander off and go and find someone else. Moving into our next tip is utilising objects in rooms to their advantage. So once, for example, you have unlocked the Encyclopedia Bookcase 2, plaster your training rooms with it. It gives you a 4% training speed per bookcase. Now this goes for other rooms too. Let me show you. So if we go and have a look at our GPs, you can see there is a lot of our medicine cabinets. Now they again do a boost, so if you can make use of all that space, plaster it with items which are actually going to serve a bonus. That's going to get your GPs working a lot better and a lot more efficient as well. Now this moves quite nicely onto our next tip, was with regards to placement. So for example, on the footprint, if we put the GP's desk near the door, now this means the patients can go straight in, sit straight down, and then move straight back out again. They're not having to wander to the back of the GPs or anywhere around objects you might have placed in. It's a direct route. It will make it a lot more efficient, and this doesn't just work for GPs. That works for any room where a patient has to do something, such as a pharmacy as well. So our next tip is looking at staff, and it's only hiring staff with positive attributes. So for example, Gary here, he is tireless, he works longer without a break, positive to increase happiness, and also motivated. I would suggest never hiring anyone who are unmotivated, and also looking at someone who can cause growth and make them feel sick. Another one to really be on the lookout for, to not to have, is evil. That's one you definitely want to avoid. Now, by hiring staff which only gives you positive attributes, will ensure that your staff are working to the most of their and the best of their ability, which is going to be the best thing for your patients as well. Our next step is in relation to your staff. So treatment maxes out at level 2. Now I know what you're saying, it can go all the way to level 5. However, in playtesting, the theory actually works. However, if you've got it as a level 2 staff, you can then look at the other things they could be useful to have. So for example, you could have emotional intelligence to increase the happiness of themselves, bedside manner to increase the happiness of patients, and also motivation. Those three combined with level 2 treatment with a fully upgraded room will ensure that your patients are happy, they work quickly, and with staff being happy, you don't have to worry about resignations, and also you don't have to worry about paying them potentially as much because they will still be happy. So now this tip is in relation to how your staff level up. Now a lot of XP is always gained as a GP because they're always busy. You feel for them a little bit. So what you can do is, if you've got the capacity to, is swap out one of your GPs for someone who might need the training. So for example, Dirk here, he is only a 1-star doctor, and what we could do is we could set him up to say, right, actually you're going to work in the GP for a little bit. Yes, the patients will take a bit of a hit on diagnostics, but we can level them up quicker, and that means he's going to be a higher level, which means he will work more efficiently in the room he's meant to work in. So our next tip is in relation to your money and the prices. So what you can actually do is set all of your diagnostics to up to minus 80%. Now, what will happen is your patients won't get as sad because obviously it is cheaper. But then as long as you can keep them happy through the hospital, you can then bump up the prices to your treatment to 100%. Because the money you're making, so for example on cardiology here, even at standard price is only 1,000, double the price is 2. But however, if we look at the actual Grey's Anatomy, the standard prices for treatment is 10 and double is 20. Now that's a lot more money you can make. The key is keeping the patient happy. They will pay as long as they are happy. Let's follow Maisie and I'll show you what I mean. So there you have it. Cured, still happy, and she paid us double the price. Happiness is still at 66%, so you can see the price does impact the happiness. So keep them happy and they will pay. Now this tip is actually one of my favourites, and it's with regards to fracture wards. They don't go by the normal rule book. You can overlap them. So if you do it really slowly, you can see here. So even though we are inside the blueprint, it allows us to do multiple fracture wards. Now you can do that as many times as you want, but you can actually make good use of space. Now that's not the only thing you can do with them. Medicine cabinets for some reason also can be placed inside the blueprints, which as you know helps with diagnostics and also for treatment. So once we've got these last four in, I'll show you there's actually one other object you can do, and this is going to help you prestige. Now I know a lot of you like to use the gold certificates. Gold certificates can be great, but also they can be a bit of a bugbear because a lot of people don't like them. They use too much wall space at times, so I like to hide them. So look at this. Again, you can hide them behind the medicine cabinets, which is going to help you prestige because you're not going to be using up any more space. Patients won't see them, but if you don't mind that, I'm sure they won't mind either. Level 5. Final tip is in relation to multi-entrance hospitals. So what I mean by this is certain hospitals you will find in your later career levels, not Mitten thankfully, but you will have patients arriving in all sorts of places and directions. So you could have one down the bottom, you could have one near the top, you could have them stationed everywhere. Now what you don't want to happen is, say someone arrives near the top, there's no reception up there, so they have to move all the way through the hospital to then be able to go through the normal GP and then through the diagnostics and treatment. So instead what you want to do is set up little diagnostic kind of wings, little kind of welcome areas. And what I mean by this is having a reception area, a GP, a diagnostics and treatment such as a pharmacy. What this will do is enable the patients to be seen straight away instead of wandering and wasting half their health and happiness, and get seen to straight away as well. Anyway guys, I hope you have really enjoyed today's episode of 2 Point Hospital, and I'll be really interested in hearing what your tips are, so please make sure you comment down below and let the community know what are your tips. What will you do differently? What works well for you? Guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like and also please subscribe to the channel. We are having a 2 Point Hospital playlist and I'll make sure I link it above. Anyway guys, take care. Bye for now.